man's heart is full of hate. He butthurts, cries, and a dark shadow falls over this troll. From the ashes of a once great fandom has risen a meme, an LOL that must be liked. We look to the airways for a vindicator, someone to strike fear in the dark basement of the parents who created him. The battle between fan and smart has begun. With a head on his shoulders stands the smart fan, a speaker of truths, with a voice of silence, and a radio show of justice. This is Ring Rust.
Anyway, this is Fabio Mark Jabroni. You are listening to Ring Rust. So it's time for now for my musicular paper review, because it's a pay-per-view and I'm reviewing it, and view is in pay-per-view, so I just make view into review, and it's a paper review. And it really doesn't make it any better of a joke if I have to explain it. Of WWE TLC from this past Sunday on the WWE Network. So we got 7 matches, including a pre-show. They didn't announce the pre-show before I previewed it last week, so it's a bit of a gimme. 10-man tag, 5-on-5, which saw the Hype Bros of Mojo Rawley and Zack Ryder, American Alpha, Chad Gable and Jason Jordan, and Apollo Crews defeated the Vaudevillains, Aiden English and Simon Gotch, The Ascension, Connor and Victor, and Kurt Hawkins. Jason Jordan won the match for his team by pinning Simon Gotch after performing Grand Amplitude. So, yeah. Entertaining enough match, certainly. I don't know why it had a 1-hour pre-show. I don't know. I mean, something like WrestleMania or the Royal Rumble or something, you know, a big show like that, having a 1-hour pre-show is probably justified. This was just, I don't know, a half hour probably would have done it. Unless they had a lot of video packages and said, well, if we want to play all these video packages, it has to be a 1-hour pre-show. So, radio shrug. You're listening to Ring Rust REDUX on Gerbonology TV. Sure, Wyatt not, Bray Wyatt and Randy Orton defeating Redneck and No Neck, Heath Slater and Rhino to win the SmackDown Live Tag Team Championships. When Randy Orton surprised Rhino with an RKO. It's not like he advertised, it's like, hey Rhino, I'm going to hit you with an RKO. What? You sure? You sure you want to tell me about this? They're like, no, just act surprised. I'm going to hit you in about 5 seconds. Oh, okay. What should I do? Thumb wrestling? Sure, okay. RKO! Anyway. Yeah, I did it a second early, so you could actually act surprised. Acting. You're listening to Ring Rust Redux on Gerbonology TV. Shaker not stirred, punny penny. This is Fabio Mark Jabroni. You're listening to Ring Rust and the sound of me putting away a CD. Because we use CDs here. Unlike, you know, most radio stations or people that do audio shows of any kind. Not necessarily radio, but podcasts. I'm sure very few of them use CD players. Because MP3s are that much easier. And, you know, pretty much every computer comes with media player. You can do your playlist there. And anyway, that's what I used to do when I used to bring my laptop into CHMR to do Ring Rust, before I had all of the music actually put onto the CHMR computer. I actually, you know, did it in music in a media player, and then I could just pause it and start it and whatnot and reorganize it whatever way I wanted to, if I wanted to play a certain song a certain time, and, you know, I did it that way instead of, well, doing it this way. So, anywho, next up from WWE TLC on the WWE Network, saw Nikki Bella come out on top of Carmella in a no disqualification match after Nikki sprayed Carmella with a fire extinguisher and performed a Rack Attack 2.0 for the win. I don't know what the 2.0 is because she's got a enhanced rack, I guess. I don't. Anyway, and after the match, Carmella alleged that Natalya, dastardly, was one that attacked Nikki at Survivor Series. No, say it isn't so, because it's already kind of been confirmed. But anyway. So, yeah, I did call it the other way. I actually should be, I did say that, Shore Wyatt Knott, the team from the Wyatt family, would end up winning their match, but I did predict that Carmella would get a measure of revenge for Nikki Bella for giving her that black eye, so... No, well. Goes to show you can look, but you can't touch.
Klingon battlecruiser off the port bow. All officers to the bridge.
I'm sorry, Dave. I'm afraid I can't do that.
This is Fanboy Mark Cerrone. You are listening to Ring Rust. So next up, we have the Intercontinental Championship match, which saw The Miz defeating Dolph Ziggler in a ladders match. Ziggler tried to retrieve the belt. Miz attacked Ziggler with 2 low blows and retrieved the belt to regain the title. So, but of course, you know, Maurice was there at ringside doing her darndest to skew things in her husband's direction. So I did predict that The Miz would retain his title, but yeah. So it wasn't really unexpected, wasn't unentertaining really either. If you found it unentertaining, then hey, why don't you take a break from WWE for a while? Watch literally anything else, because that's WWE. Well, it's part of WWE, so it's WWE. If you know The Miz is having a match, it's like, oh, okay, well, I just won't watch The Miz match then, because I don't like him. So I'll come back in 5 or 10 minutes and then watch whatever else. You know, like an intelligent person. But, you know, why would I imagine you being an intelligent person? You're listening to Ring Rust Redux on Gerbranology TV. So, this is Fanboy Mark Cerrone. You're listening to Ring Rust. So, next up, for WWE TLC on the WWE Network, saw Baron Corbin defeating Kalisto in a chairs match because it was Baron Corbin and Kalisto in a chairs match. So, I don't really think it needed to be psychic to predict how that was going to go, because if Kalisto, Byron Saxton said, like, oh, I think it actually gives it to Kalisto because he's got the chair. Yeah, but Baron Corbin's also got a chair. They both got chairs, you see. And they're both able to swing chairs at each other and smack each other in whatever parts of their bodies happen to come in contact with the chairs. So, and ultimately what happened was Baron Corbin hit the end of days on Kalisto on a pile of chairs.
This is 93.5 CHMR FM.
Now, time for this week's Macho Fact. Randy Savage framed Roger Rabbit. And when the apple fell on Newton's head, the Macho Man had already taken a bite out of it. Like me on Facebook, tinyurl.com/ringrust. Follow me on Twitter at Mark Cerrone, and subscribe to Jarbonology TV, youtube.com/fanboy Mark Cerrone. Yours marking out loudly. I guess that's what I'll call myself. This is Fanboy Mark Cerrone. You are listening to Ring Rust. So next up, we have Becky Lynch defending her SmackDown Live Women's Championship against Alexa Bliss. The match ended when Becky and Alexa fought on the ring apron above the table. After Alexa was pushed down onto the floor, she performed a powerbomb through the table on Becky to win the title. And now Alexa Bliss is the SmackDown Live Women's Champion. And yeah, she seems to be working well with it. I wouldn't. I mean, I did call it so that Becky would retain because, you know, this was the first time I think that Alexa Bliss was challenging for the title. So, in my experience, not that it wasn't proven wrong in this very show with the tag team titles, but in my experience, watching since 1989, when you challenge for the first time for a title, you usually don't win it. Do you, R-Truth, who challenged for the world title in WWE, that you don't even remember? Because of that rule. So, on SmackDown Live afterwards, she got a little bit spiteful with my future ex-wife, number 13, Renee Young, when she asked, you just think that Becky Lynch helped her get to that point where she could be champion. She nope. Becky Lynch didn't help me. She should have helped herself by being better at defending her title. So, meow.
Yes! Yes! Mind-taking! Stick with the kid, baby!
And now, if I can just lure Birdman to my secret spot?
Could you watch my death ray?
This is Fatboy Mark Cibroni. You are listening to Ring Rust. So the final match, the main event, actual main event, one main event for this show. Probably not going to stop talking about it anytime soon. Saw AJ Styles defending his World Heavyweight Championship against Dean Ambrose. After Styles climbed the ladder, James Ellsworth ran down the aisle and distracted him. AJ attacked Ellsworth, but Ambrose stopped him and performed dirty deeds on the steel steps. As Ambrose climbed the ladder to retrieve the belt, Ellsworth pushed the ladder over. Oh my God! James Ellsworth pushed the ladder over. Oh no, causing Dean to fall through the table set up outside the ring. AJ, this phenomenal one, retrieved the belt to retain the championship. And oh my God, oh, the chinless abandon in that match. Like me on Facebook, tinyurl.com/ringrust. Follow me on Twitter @MarkGibroni, and subscribe to Jarbronology TV, youtube.com/fanboymarkgibroni. This is Fanboy Mark Cibroni. You're listening to Ring Rust. It's that time of year again, wrestling fans, something I completely forgot to do last week. Time to get your votes in for the Ring Rust Top 50 Year-End Countdown. The premise is simple. Comment on the post here on the CHMR's Ring Rust Facebook page. Comment below with your favorite wrestling entrance and or pay-per-view and or show theme. And I'll tabulate your entries for the Ring Rust two-parter that ends off 2016 and begins 2017. But, you know, looking at the picture, yeah, you really shouldn't let Cutting Edge Wrestling's former women's champion Nexus intimidate you into voting for Drain STH's Crack the Liar Smile. Unless you genuinely like the song, though. So, if you really like the song, you should probably vote for it, because... That's it for another show, kiddies. Check me out on Facebook, where you can keep track of all the news that's right on the mark, from around ringside to the latest concerts. See you at the shows. Later days.
This is 93.5 CHMR FM.